Generic greetings and welcome to Green with Energy. Today's beverage is a very stimulating coffee, black, no sugar. So welcome to Green with Energy. This is a relaxing puzzle game where we become an engineer for the electricity company and have to do connections, build power grid infrastructure, etc. So let's just go through and I'll show you a little bit of the game. I've not played a huge amount, but enough to get the basics down. Essentially, we have certain objectives. In this particular case, we have two houses here and a couple of other tiles where we can build, and we have options for power lines and solar panels. So, for example, if I place a solar panel in there, it will naturally produce solar power in the daytime, but not at night. Let's go to power lines and connect those up, and then what we do is we test the designs. It's built as an iterative process, so if you get it wrong, you don't just fail and have to restart the whole thing. You can then go back and tweak. So anyway, that's connected up. However, that doesn't really tell the whole story because you also have a day-night cycle with batteries. So, for example, if we place a solar panel here and then connect this up and test the design, we then get the simulation on the right-hand side to indicate dusk, midnight, dawn, the power demand, the power storage, and oh look, we have had a power cut. So that's not going to work at all, is it? So what we'll do is we'll go back into the failed simulation here, and we want to dismiss that for a start. We want to place in a battery storage. However, a battery storage needs to be placed near roads. So once again, we're going to go to bulldozer and we'll have battery storage there. Then we'll have the solar power there, and then we connect that up to that, and that should hopefully work. So we're going to generate power. On the top right shows us the power stored, which is going up, up, and up. And we now go to nighttime. I like the shadows as well as the obviously the sun and moon spin around and casting shadows all around. And yeah, we've got a decent amount of storage, and indeed the battery storage is going up, and yes, there we go, the fireworks simulate success, and that's good. So now what? We've also got wind power. Now wind power is again another source of generating wind in the game. However, it's a different type of power in the sense that it's well, it uses this sort of orangey red connection, and for that, that's high voltage power lines. Because of that, we need to use, actually we don't need to use anything in this scenario, but we can connect this up like so, and test the design, and there we go. It's going to power this thing here. So generally we're talking the low voltage lines are for your domestic places, whereas high voltage is for your more commercial or industrial buildings. And I think that's going to be okay. Yeah, there we go. That's not too much of a problem. So again, fairly easily completed there. However, we'll do maybe this one here. So this is going to be a bit different. In this particular example, we have two properties, and if we were to demolish this and then place a wind turbine in here, how are we going to connect that up? Well, we can go high voltage lines to there. Oh no, we can't, because we're going to need a transformer, are we not? Actually no, this one we don't need to do any of that. We can delete that and go for solar panel. I think we can do solar panels into storage. Yeah, so battery storage there, and we're going to demolish these two, and most likely this is going to be solar panels there, and then we'll have the low voltage lines going to there and then to there, and test the design. And there we go. It's going to, well, it's going to fail, I can tell on the right hand side, so that's a bit of a problem. This thing here, we can see it has a power supply. It doesn't use power near the midnight, whereas this one does. So we want to sort of reverse what we've got here. We need to make sure that we have connections going. I mean, I think we can do that actually. You can have two connections on each of these solar panels. So we've got both of these powering the batteries, and then it'll obviously feed back. So that should work, because there's going to be very little draw or no draw on the evening here. And that's failed. Okay, so this is the iterative process. That's failed. What can we do? Well, there's multiple options. We can say increase the size of this solar field to 3 panels, and we're going to test that design. However, I do think that's going to put too much charge in the battery. It is going up. It is going up. Oh no, it's slowly going down now. So actually that might give us a completion on this one. I think it is. We only have to, air quotes, survive for... Didn't work. So we only have to survive for 24 hours, and that blew up because of capacity. Again, we can increase the size of that and, once again, test the design. Not too sure why the readout on the top right has now disappeared. And there's a couple of quirks like that in the game. I would say that some of the UI is a bit clunky. I'll cover more on that later. But yes, I just increased the size of that. So we've increased the storage, we've increased our generation, and we will get through this scenario. It's not a problem. And there we go. That's completed. So we were able to... Yeah, there's our budget. It's massive. Leftover 0. But still, we managed to complete it. And that is obviously not a very subtle way of doing things. It was very, very messy because we were just brute forcing approach the entire thing, but at least you are allowed that freedom to do that if you do so desire. So anyway, we have this level tutorial here of level 11, I guess, and this is transformers, which convert it from the high voltage into low voltage. So we're going to have a wind turbine in here, and that's going to connect up. Can we do double connections? We can do double connections, and that's going to do that. No, that's not going to do that at all. Hang on, remove that. Connect that up there, that's fine. Then we're going to go low voltage lines, and there we go. So will that work? And no, it immediately fails. Why does that immediately fail? Let's have a quick check on that. That needs some power. Dusk, midnight, and dawn. This one, similar thing. So we could just go for a medium size. Let's just try that, shall we? Test the design, and immediately it fails. So what I'm going to guesstimate is that if we were to demolish that, put in a battery storage, and then low voltage lines, test the design. No, immediate fail. Oh, that's why. There's a house there. I actually didn't notice that house. Okay, we'll go for low voltage lines, remove those, and remove those. I'm gonna have to go to bulldoze. This is the thing I mentioned about it being clunky. Like, why can't I demolish that now? Yeah, there we go, and I can do that. Yeah, and also when you use the wrong tool, like that, you have to dismiss this or wait, and also right clicking doesn't drop the tool. You'd think that there'd be like even escape, or escape does, but you'd think right click would drop the tool just so you can quickly select another one. Not a huge thing, but just little things like that are a bit of a problem at times. Oh, yeah, that didn't work out at all. We didn't generate anything there. Enough for that anyway. I'll tell you what we can do then. We could probably maybe solar panel it and connect up the solar panel. Like, no, we can't because we can only have one connection. Okay. The solution could be just to power the entire thing off solar. That is very doable. That is very doable. However, I do feel like it's more of a case of... Oh, that's removed there. Maybe drop that. Go to meet large. I don't think that's going to be the solution. Well, it's definitely not when it's remove the high voltage line. Test the design. There is storage going up, which is good. And then, oh yeah, nowhere near enough. So, oh no, hang on. That is generating. It's going to blow the grid up. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go with that. Have that as a medium and test the design. So all the lights coming on. It looks it's almost about to fail. And then suddenly the weather changes and we get loads of generation. And there you go. So we've got... yeah, we've got yearly budget 12,000. Is that like... Oh yeah, so apparently you can do this scenario with 4,500. Wow. Okay. And that's like under half of what we've spent. But it's a completion. When it comes to puzzle games, I enjoy them, but if it doesn't allow any freedom of doing things, if it's just looking for the solution, I tend not to be on board too much. But what we're going to do here, well, this is an interesting one. We could do this. Remove those two. Wind turbine there. With double battery storage. High voltage lines to there. Low voltage lines. And this tile we can't build in, I should point out. And medium size test. So it's going to spread that load over two of the batteries. It's not. It's going to blow up. Oh, hang on. No. Weather's changed. Still within yearly budget. We haven't completed. We're actually on negative. I reckon we could do this, though. I reckon we can complete this within that yearly budget. Right, so that is a completion. But it's far from ideal, isn't it? So we'll say next level, but we are going to go back to try that again. I do think we can probably give that a bit of a fairer test. Battery storage. High voltage power lines, which weren't building for a second. Then along. Okay. And then we want to have that as medium. And that as medium. Still within budget. And the reason I'm doing that is if we didn't have that as medium size, it would probably have blown up towards the latter part of the simulation. Yeah. I think it might have done. Although maybe not. It might have just survived. Reset. Sorry, it's got my curiosity now. So we'll have that. We'll have battery storage. We'll have this connected like so. And those like that. That is medium. Let's test the design. Is it just going to hover on the edge of failure? I'm not worried about the minimum. It's just the top end. Yeah, blew up. Yeah, it went boom. Okay, medium. And test the design and fast forward the simulation because we know that is a complete. Okay. We're still within budget. And that is fine for us. Next level. Okay, so we got level 14. That's a lot of stuff we got going on there. Tell you what, we'll go level 15 because I've not completed this one, so it's going to be probably a little bit harder for me to do so. Oh, that's actually quite interesting because we can't build there. This tile here, there's a checkered pattern around it. So we have to do something like that, and then this one like that. So what I'm going to guesstimate is we're going to bulldoze this. We're going to wind turbine that one. And the wind turbines will connect up like so. This one will go with battery storage, solar panel, and then that. Let's just go check. Power demand, 715 kilowatts. That's supplying 3,000. And we can store, only store 7,000. Let's just test the design and we'll see where we go wrong. Simulation failed absolutely straight away. Is it this? Possibly. When in doubt, go large with with one of them and just see what happens. Yeah, so it was that. I'm hoping the solar kicks in soon. That was close. Only just got through that level. Only just got through. So, there's lots of land here that we could have utilised. Would there been is there a better way of doing it? Almost certainly. Fast, yes. According to this, you can do it on a budget of 6,700. I did it on a budget of 12,500. I'm fine with that though. We got through it. We could potentially hook these up to the batteries. We could even... Is that just... That's a thing. I've placed... The transformer's there. It doesn't say we need to use the transformer. We could have very easily demolished this, have a bit more solar and a bit more storage, and that may have been cheaper. We may have even been able to drop that down to medium. I don't know. Anyway, back to... well, main menu, but play. And we're going to go over to the next one, which is hydropower, which I've not done. So hydropower is now available. Generates power from water tiles at moderate cost. Windy or rainy weather will increase output. Okay, so there is our hydropower. And, I actually think it was going to be like a dam or something. It's not. It's those... Well, what is it? It's two alien spaceships crashed side of... Okay, that's an interesting one. Okay, so we've been given... Whoa, loads of tiles here. Loads of tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things to power. Well, naturally, a transform... We've already been given this. And this can't be demolished. I'm thinking this might be a bit of a... and we can't go there either. Interesting. Okay. Let's see about going for medium on that one. We want a transformer there. High voltage to here. From that point, low voltage, which will go... like that. And then we're going to do a similar thing with this. But instead of going... I'm going to demolish that. We don't need it. I'll demolish... Didn't really need to demolish those, actually. But whatever. That'll go in there. We'll have hydropower. We'll have a transformer. No, it won't work. We can't, because we can't get in there. Ideally, we want that. We want that wind turbine over here. Because we can't go through these tiles. If I place that there, we'll never be able to bring the power back. So, what is this for? I think what you're probably best off doing then is having storage over there. I mean, is this just... Here's the thing. Can I just demolish those? And go maybe like this. And have that connect up to a battery. I do think I'll need to have that medium. I mean, is that... we're already... Oh, yeah, we've already blown the budget. And... Oh, I haven't even connected all the tiles anywhere. So I'd have to remove those and go like this. That'll probably fail. Yeah, that failed. Okay. So it's definitely wanting us to use hydro. So we'll reset that, knowing that we're going to have to use hydro. I mean, can we not demolish that? No, we can't. So we're being given that. It's just interesting that we've been provided that one. It's because the hydro, it's all high power. I guess we could place... We can place something there. The cost is based on what's around it. So there's nothing around here, really. Apart from all the water tiles and such. But yeah, this one's 12,100 to build because it's right near here. Just thinking what the best course of action would be to try and get some power over there. I mean, we could go for that. I could demolish that. We could build a transformer there. High voltage goes in. Low voltage comes out. And then to there, which will then place a battery storage. And test the design. Immediate failure. Medium. Immediate failure. I guess go large with that one. Oh, it's going to blow this up. Oh, no, it didn't. But we're not generating anything. Oh, it's so close. It's close. It blew up. Right. That might do it. It feels like that's going to be correct. We don't really know the tides. Can we not see them from this? Oh, yeah. Extra wind power at this stage. And... there it is. Done. Brilliant. Okay, so we had that and all the connections there. We didn't use the... Yes, we didn't use the wind turbine, but that's not a big problem. This one is presenting us with another level. We've got 2 of these commercial buildings, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 domestic properties, sort of domestic. High power demand. So 1,215 kilowatts for that, and these 419. Raining. Reduction in solar power. Extra 20 and 50% in low density commercial and high density residential. Okay, so I mean, we can't go through these, and this one it's immediately it has to be that, doesn't it? But could we just hydropower that? That works. Well, sorry, it connects up. Maybe using the word works is not strictly accurate. Battery storage, solar, which I will immediately change to medium, as we'll do with that one, because we can't battery this, the high voltage. Could you technically put it to low voltage and then back up? I don't know. Maybe I could put a transformer there and a battery there. Would it feed back over? I don't know. We may have to find out. Anyway, let's connect up these and that's no, don't merge that. No, dismiss. Remove that. Test. Immediate failure. Wow. Okay, large. Test. Fail again. What's failing? Is it those? Do we need different connections? We could go hydropower there. Hydropower. Are we going to have to do that? And then remove those. And have that. Let's just change those to large and say brute force it. Or is it these ones? It's going to fail again, yeah. Let me just test the design. Okay. We'll have to, I think, try a bit more solar. Large. And do that. That's keeping up, and then it's going to go... Yeah, it's going to go down. Guess what we could do then is demolish that. We could go with a transformer. Low voltage. Oh, I thought we could low voltage that. Wind turbine. High voltage. And then low voltage that. Maybe not. Do we bother with solar? And instead just go... Yeah, we've only got one connection point though. Do that, but you can't make the T-junction there. Not that we need to. Could get rid of all this and start from scratch with battery storage there. And that and that. Transformers. Can you only have one connections on transformers? Not sure, but we'll find out, won't we? Immediate failure. Let's just max these out. So large, and then large, and then medium. Test it. No. Okay. Interesting. They can definitely generate what's required. The meter keeps disappearing, so I can't see what I need to. Okay, so been messing around a little bit more. Managed to get it to an improved state, I think. It's still not working, but I do think we can alter what we have here. It's obviously focusing on the hydropower, and I've got all of these connected in here. I don't see a way to really utilize this one on the right hand side, but we've got the hydro running into these on the land. So you've got your transformer, then the battery storage, and then this runs and just runs all of the other properties, and then this straight up high voltage lines go to these two. So I reckon if we shift these over, that might work. So demolish, and then we want maybe a wind turbine that will then connect up to a bulldozer, that section, a battery storage which we can do and run through, which is important, then the transformer, then that means we can then connect up this, and then I reckon that into a medium, that into a medium. We're still within points, but now we've got both the wind and the water still powering things, and there's this, that's ramping right up now, and it looks like that's going to be a success. In fact, if it wasn't for that low peak around the dusk time, that would have been a lot easier to undertake. Anyway, I think we're going to leave it there for now. That has been a bit of Green with Energy. I'm only on level 18, and there is a nuclear tutorial to come after that, and I don't know how many levels are in the game, but it feels like there's going to be quite a bit. Either way, I'll put a link for the store page in the description as always. I do very much like the subject matter of this one. As soon as I thought, oh, you're building like an energy grid, it's a puzzle game, that should be quite interesting. And indeed it is, and it's quite open-ended as far as I can tell. There's multiple solutions for each of these levels. You are afforded a lot of freedom in order to build it the way you wish. Yes, you might go over budget, but it doesn't really matter. It's just about getting something and then iterating on that design, which does make it quite chill and accessible. I do wish there was some tweaking in some of the tooling and UI. So, for example, like right-clicking to drop this, and when you place it like then you get the dismissal. Like, yeah, I get it. We don't need to know that. We just need to be able to select the correct bit. So, and things like the readout disappearing. I don't know if that's isolated to myself or whatever, but either way, just those little tweaks would definitely improve it. But no real deal breakers, and from what I've played, I have enjoyed it. So yeah, there you go. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you want to see more or have any tips, comments, suggestions, etc., leave them in there as well. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.